Do people, what it do, what it do? Boy Jeremiah back again with another review. And this time we are reviewing Chicago's own D So Nice. And the name of this album is The Diamond Tape. Um Shout out to D So Nice, aka the smooth operator. Um he reached out to me on my last video in the comments, and it took me a couple of days because I don't even really check comments like that. Once I post a video, I just kind of move on. But I saw it. I was all right. Let me look this up. Boom, had this whole discography right there on Apple Music, and I was already in my whip when I was putting it on for the first time, and I'm so glad that I went that route and playing it in the car first, cause when I tell you that it fits. So him having the nickname the smooth operator, it fits. It is for sure. Nighttime cruising. If you wanna have that R&B type smooth sound without really it being R&B. Um, that's this is the tape that they're on. This is the tape that they're on. Um, so, what I first want to get into, as always, is the album cover. The album cover. Now, when the first time I listened to it in the car, driving around, I really didn't have the album cover in mind. So, like the second, third time, I actually sat down at the crib and played it. It started to, all right. I get I get the message. I get the what I'm saying, the imagery behind his style, his aura, and the album cover. Uh, it's a fire album cover. It's being fed diamonds. You know what I'm saying? You got diamond cereal. You know what I'm saying? What who got diamond cereal? You know what I mean? Uh, and and then when I was like, all right, but and I started looking at it more. It's kind of looking at it like a piece of, like a real like piece, right? That's how I look at album covers when I dissect them. And I noticed the woman has a a funeral veil. You know what I'm saying? Like when your husband died, a woman wears, you know, the veil over their face. And I was like, all right, does this mean like um he got it at the funeral, or she's even happy that her man's died. She met someone flyer, more player like. And then once I got to that third listen, I caught the meaning in the first song I had the woman vocal saying diamonds or forever, hence the diamond tape. So that, connecting those dots myself, it raised the grade, the rating of the album, for me personally, and I'll get to the rating it towards the end of the video. But it is nice. I'm telling y'all, go listen to this, especially like after uh, a night out, or even on your way to your pregame, on the way um, to the club. You just want to get in your mode real quick, flick it on. I'm telling you, it's gonna fit the scenery. It's gonna fit like those 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning night drives. Uh, it's something to put on for sure. It's something to put on. So, like I said, artist from Chicago. This is his fourth overall album. I might be missing some, but this is just all I saw on Apple Music. But it's his second album of the year. Uh, and it matches, like I said before, the album cover and the vibe that you get from the tape goes hand in hand. And if you like, and I don't like to compare artists a lot, but if you like Currencies of the world, the Larry Drooms of the world, the Primo Rice of the world, you will like this guy right here. And that's all in my playlist. So I'm glad he reached out to me. I got another guy that fits that lifestyle rap. That's what a lot of people coin it as, that lifestyle rap, that motivational. I see it as like more motivation too. You know what I'm saying? You have music that can motivate you from like the position that you at. You know what I'm saying? The grind music, and then you have like the motivational music that sounds like where you want to be, like at the top. You know what I'm saying? I can also see, you can listen to this album like on vacation. Overlooking like a like an ocean view. You know what I'm saying? So it has that kind of, real like wavy, smooth vibe to it as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the tracks of the album. All right, all right. So again, you probably can see it a little bit clear now. You got the diamonds right there. Getting fed now. Like I said, who do you know that got the diamond cereal? Getting fed diamonds. How much more player can you get? Get fed diamond cereal. But I'm off that. But very, very solid intro track. Very solid intro track. Diamond Cutter, and it connects it from the album. Like I said before, right away when she says diamonds are forever. So even in death, that's why she got the veil on. Diamonds are forever. And then it goes into Ball Hard, and like those first two tracks back to back, it just a little jabs, you know what I'm saying? Warming you up for the rest of the tape, for sure. That first two tracks. And then for me personally, when it gets into the third track, I don't know what's missing from Grind, but at the same time, as I listened to it like my third time, I was like, I don't know if I like the song Grind, but I don't think it's not a bad song. But I think once you get into this stretch right here, this fourth, fifth, and sixth stretch, this stretch is so good to me. I don't know what it is, but it kind of overshadows Grind. And like I said, Grind, I'm not saying it's bad, but the four, especially Higher Living, I once when I went to his page, his Apple page, and I saw Higher Living isn't the most streamed track, I was confused because this song right here, Higher Living, favorite track on the album, like by a mile. When I'm telling you, this is going. If you make, if you ride with your homies and they know you usually listen to the Larry June and Currency, Primo Rice, in that bag, smooth guys, lifestyle rap guys, and you throw this in there, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, who's this?" Like this is that hot, this is that caliber of song right here, Higher Living, and I think it's so good. Like I said, this fourth, fifth, and sixth tracks right here that it kind of overshadows Grind. I don't know. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying it's bad, but it does. It just these are just so much better that I think it can go without Grind, but at the same time, the flow of it is just beautiful. Going down. Um, yeah, Higher Living is it just peak, and then it still carries it on into Walked In. Now Walked In, man, I could put that on an IG post. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an IG post, song with a fly caption for sure. Outside the club, got your fit on, or you posted it in your section. That's the song to throw on the soundtrack to your IG post. Walked In. It's great as well. I like that. And then all right, then going down to Player Circle. Another thing I like about this album is that it's not like, oh, a okay song here, okay song here, okay song here, and then it's a good one. It's like three. It's three in a row. So like I said, with 4, 5, and 6 with Orlanta, Higher Living, and Walked In, that's a nice stretch. Nice stretch. And then Player Circle comes in. It kind of feels like a filler track, but like I said, when you driving, it's just kind of, that's the song you can kind of, spit your little game to. If you got a lady in your whip, it's like, okay, he playing the smooth, because by now you on track 7, so she gonna understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? She gonna understand the message that letting the music talk for you for sure. And then another stretch, it goes to another stretch. So like Player Circle kind of had that same feel as grinding me, as far as like how it hit. Then it's like, I don't know if I like it that much. And you kind of question it, but it's still good. And then bam, hit you with another stretch again with Free Game, one of those. And really it kind of flows into the rest of the album for me. But my favorite tracks, um, like I said, Higher Living for sure is one. Walked In, And then really it could be I'm gonna go ahead and just start free game, live. I'm gonna go ahead and just start that one. That's a nice stretch from free game. One of those uh coconut, and then it goes down to my last favorite track. I want to say not to say last favorite track, but y'all know what I mean. Like because I go in order. Belize, and it rounds out the album nicely. Model X, same. It rounds it out nicely. It just has nice stretches on here to where like there is no way that you can give it a bad rating. Like this is a very very solid tape. Like I said, always say your album cover has to match how the album sounds, and it does that flawlessly. Um, but yeah, one of those is up there. You can throw that in one of your smooth, smooth rotten car mixtapes. Belize, same thing, and he caps it off with Model X. Um, and then another thing that I like to grade albums on too is that how it even flows from the last track back to the intro track, and it makes you want to listen to it again. I will say it has very very high replay value. Um, it's nice. I want them to drop another tape soon, man. I really want them to drop another tape soon. Uh, D's so nice from Chicago. And if anyone else is watching this, don't be afraid. If you're an artist, hey, shoot me a DM on IG. Um, and I'll also give you your tape review. But go listen to this. Go listen to this. The diamond tape is just it flows. You will be asked, by somebody eventually. If you play this and you're whipping up, hey, who is this? I need this on my playlist, and it carries weight, man. This carries weight. Um, a rating. If I had to give it a rating right now, I want to give it an 8. I'm leaning 8. I see other, YouTubers give like the point fives and all that stuff. But I think I'm gonna give it a solid 8, man. This is good. This is good. The production is there, transitions are there. The subject matter isn't all over the place. Good futurings. Um, Especially on Higher Living. Higher Living was good. The girl in Belize was good. I liked her voice. It's one of those had a good future too. Really, I can't complain about none of the futures on here. I'm going to be looking into these other artists as well. Say they have their own personal albums, and I'll probably review those if especially if they dropping stuff later on next year. But yeah, solid rating, man. This is cool. This is a cool tape. Go get this immediately and just throw it on. Throw it on, and you're gonna be like done listening to it in no time. It's gonna be like, damn, this is nice, and you want to listen to it again and again. This came out December 5th, so it kind of fits that kind of cool, vibe for the winter. No, especially in Chicago. It's probably snowing up there now, but it fits. It fits the time of the year as well. Just throw something on. But then I know when the summertime, come around, it's gonna cool you down. It's gonna cool you down. But yeah, this is D So Nice from Chicago, fourth studio album, second one to 2025. Solid tape. Like I said, 8 rating. Go listen to it. Go get it. And I'm out.